I love it. Absolutely love it. You know what? Man, this is perfect. I have to go for it, man. Like, look at this card. So now, that was the first spell. And now let's go for this. Look at this value, man. And suddenly we have everything doubled. We deal exactly 4 damage. Yeah, even my opponent is saying nice. And you know why? Because it was nice. It was really cool. Alright, let's go for this one. This will help a little bit. Yep, we don't pain ourselves. And on the next turn we can flip it. That means we kinda have infinite mana. That's actually really good, man. Hello everyone, it's Sloth here, and today we will prove that Standard can still surprise you, because we are playing Izzet control, and man, this deck is pretty amazing. Not only we run Invasion of Segovia, which is normally hard to flip for control decks, because you are not playing creatures, right? And you cannot get the sweet Convoke, but look at this, Volcanic Spite, a 2 mana removal that also can target battles together with 6 sequence that can deal 2 damage to any target, and it can draw you cards. If you go a Galvanic Iteration together with 6 sequence, you already are casting multiple spells and you draw each cards. Man, this is insane interaction. And when you flip Invasion of Segovia, suddenly you have so much mana that you can, you know, finish the game with burn down the houses, draw all the cards, counter everything. Like, you are getting to the good stuff. So guys, Izzet is actually surprisingly fun right now, and I think you will be pleasantly surprised with the deck. So let's go into games. And guys, I just realized that we are literally on the verge of 15,000 subscribers. That's a huge milestone. So, you know, if you want to say I was here before 15k, this is your day, and you can support the channel. And man, if everyone that isn't subscribed subscribe right now, would probably break 20,000 today. So yeah, you are doing your part, right? Alright guys, I really hope you will enjoy this deck. Izzet is actually low-key very fun control deck, and I'm honestly super surprised to showcase this one for you. Like, this was on my mind for a while, so have fun guys and enjoy. Alright guys, we are going first, and honestly that's a pretty good hand. We have only 1 red mana, but we are good and we are on the play. So quick start is something that really cherishes my heart, because we know that we'll get quick card advantage. And yeah, we'll see what we draw. We definitely need to start with this one. We cannot wait for red mana for so many turns. And somehow we are against the mirror, so good for us, maybe. We'll see. We will definitely try to pressure them on many occasions. With cards like Burn Down the House, we actually have ways to do it. Alright, we will see, we will see. Our opponent founding the 3rd path. Alright, so we just need the counter spell, right? Their draw is absolutely insane so far. This is how they want to open. And we want quick stat on this turn, so unfortunately we cannot go for the force. Don't worry, they won't counter. So our play is, you know, drawing 4 cards in the next 2 turns and seeing what we will get. Oh, the Mindbreaker, huh. I mean, we have good answer to this, right? Especially with so many cards. That's it. I don't think they will counter it. I'm not sure if they even have counter spells. Generally, those kind of decks do not. But we'll see, we'll see. We definitely go for the red mana right now. Don't forget we even have Otawara, so I think we're in a decent spot, man. But we'll see. So it's not real, you know, like big Reanimator combo deck. It's just Mindbreaker deck, I think. And with Chandra we have a lot of options, but we need to set up very well for her. Generally they want to go for the Mindbreaker as soon as possible. The faster they go for it, the more cards they mill. So this is usually what they try to do on turn 4 to 6. Usually 4, but you know, it depends. Deadly Cover-Up, it's not a bad card for, you know, control matchups, so they actually... Alright, drawing more cards. It's very good value for them. It's very good value for them. But at the end step, I think they have to discard, right? Even if they play a land, I think they will have to discard. Maybe they won't. It will be 1 card. It could be the Mindbreaker, for example. Man, I really think we go for it. We will just curate our hand, and we always have the other Memory Deluge. Let's see if they run counter spells. Alright, Mirex is absolutely something we want. This is something that can draw a card. And we have enough lands. You know, I'll take it. I'll take it. And I have so much stuff. We both are just stacking our hands, basically. Do we go with the Mirrors? I think this is something that really punishes him. And I have 8? Okay, 8. I can discard 1 card. It's not the end of the world. Because we really care about all of the cards. Like, we want a lot of mana, we want a lot of value. Like, we are preparing because there will be a fight. I love it. Absolutely love it. You know what? Man, this is perfect. I have to go for it, man. Like, look at this card. So now, that was the first spell. And now let's go for this. Look at this value, man. And suddenly we have everything doubled. We deal exactly 4 damage. Yeah, even my opponent is saying nice. And you know why? Because it was nice. It was really cool. Second Mirrors will be useful. I definitely want as much mana as possible. Oh my god, I can go for Chandra right now. I think they might not have answers. Alright. It's either burn down the house or just Chandra. You know what? Let's go. Let's freaking go. I'm a little bit scared. I'm a little bit scared. I could exile cards, but this is a control against control. Well, we have Mirrors, but do we really need this card, man? Like, I have so much value right now. Listen, I'm risking it. We go green mana and that, you know, black mana. I think this is what we need on this turn. And we say go, do your worst, my friend. They need to discard Mindbreaker if they want to cast one. So they can do it. They have 2 mana discards and then they go for mana. But they need a very specific draw and I don't think they have it. So I took a little bit of a risk, but it's just such an epic play. Oh, the pain. It was so close, man. Alright. Listen, that was a high roll play, alright? Like, against the Mirror control, there was a good chance it won't work. I think they might plus. I really hope they will. Please plus it. If he minuses 5, I might be in some big trouble, especially if I mill double J's. Oh no, they took... and this didn't go as well as I hoped it will. So I can go for Celestus. You know what, let's be a little bit aggressive. Because I think if we can set up, you know, this kind of turn, like, it should be good for us. Let's get some Devils going. Man, the Jace really... I'm so sad, man. The Chandra would be so epic. But we don't have counter spells, so I still think, like, we should be, you know, more aggressive. Because we have less counter spells. And I believe there was no Jace melt. They do not discard. That's such a big deal. They upgraded the card basically. And in the end they wanted the original version because they won't have 2 mana discard Mindbreaker because I'm tapped right now and on the next turn I won't be. Man, this is a very weird deck. I'm not sure how much counter spells they run. Like, so generally this kind of deck is focused, you know, about their own plays mostly, but this is a lot of pressure. Cutdowns are okay. We also will use Sokenzan at some point, so we will get even more than perfect. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you, Shuffler. We were all... oh my god. Oh, the Shuffler wants us to win. And you know what? I think we will... those are some decent cards. He cannot force me to shuffle, right? Oh no, he can mill. Oh, he can mill. I'll be honest, I really don't want this to be milled. This is insanely good card. But I think I need to roll with it, man. Oh my god, but we're this is huge. This is absolutely huge. The only problem is that I want literally every single card from here. I'm sorry, Otawara, but Sokenzan is super important. I want to pressure him on the damage, especially that we have more burn down the house, so the next one might be game winning. And you know, when they sweep, they don't exile. Yep, please no Jace. Alright, Mirrors it is. It's not the end of the world, but man, it breaks my heart every time. I believe I ended with 2 Jaces, right? So it's 50% of our win cons. And not perfect, especially that they're below 30, so moment we hit double Jace, we win the game. Probably, because they seem to be pretty aggressive, they like to tap. But with double Mirex, this is why we have Mirex, because we want to pressure, you know, control decks. I think we should be kind of okay. I'm a little bit scared how much value he has in those cards. We can kinda ignore this guy. We probably will use 5 mana, but we still don't want to sit. Huh. That's a pretty serious commitment. So they will go for Jace most likely. I can double Mirex. 1, right? 1 and 2. I can double Mirex. I think that's good enough. I really want those counter spells, man. And don't forget that Devils are getting pretty decent value. I wonder if they go for Founding and then they cover up on the next turn as well. The point is that my win cons are already in the board. Galvanic Iteration really... I guess like they're going for a little bit of value, but do you have time to go for this kind of value? Like I also have Memory Deluge. I personally don't like this decision. I think this is the least important card right now. I wonder why they are so scared of it. And we get 2 extra damage. And they only have 3 mana. I think they will go with the Prankster, right? I would love to draw cards with Fires of Victory, but I'm not sure if we have time. That's a good one. But that means no Prankster on this turn. They're self-milling, you know? Bitter Triumph. Something that will be useful, but not super useful. And because it's 0-3, we can actually keep attacking without killing it, which is pretty good deal. I honestly don't. Like, we want to be conscious about, you know, how much we have. I will go with the Spire, which is a little bit unfortunate, because then he sees my full hand. And I would prefer this to not be the case. But we are just chilling with the counter spells. Now we can keep attacking, so it's not worth to pay 5 mana to get 1 extra damage. It won't be about poison, probably will be about the damage. We live gain, which doesn't really matter. Like, this is a milling game, so they can go for Deadly Cover-Up. And they can choose some, so they know what I have in the hand right now. 3 steps ahead is a big deal, and I think with this we will have to counter it. But on the bright side, we can make some cool plays on top of it. I'm just not sure how much mana we want to keep. They only have 3 here, so it's not too much. Yeah, so I think they would go for 3 steps ahead, because it's basically my best card right now. They cannot go for Negate because I run only 1, so there's none of in the graveyard. But we have to go with this one, right? I wonder how much mana we want to burn on this. We actually need to think. So I have 2 spare mana. I think we're just going for the cards and we go for... Well, why would we go for Mirex if we can go for this? Because they can kill the target, yeah, token, that's a target artifact or creature. They can answer this. If we go like this, I believe we have enough mana, right? 1, 2, and 3 with Celestus. And we still have open mana for Negate. So that means if they have some good plays, discard a card. Oh, I don't want Ill-Timed Explosion, to be honest. Like, I have decent amount of value, and don't forget we are burning 8 mana a turn on lands. So we actually don't need as much value. I can even use Sokenzan, man. And Sokenzan is actually really good, but it has haste, so it's a little bit better to Founding of the 3rd path. Super annoying card. So they will go for the Triumph probably. But they discard a card or something? Milling cards. This is an annoying card, but this is my last counter spell, and I also want to use mana in a different way. Yeah, also, yeah, sure, that's fine. I wonder if he will discard one of the last 2 cards. Because dealing 3 damage is actually... Okay, that makes sense, that makes sense. It also gives us information. We probably need 4... we need 4 cards in the hand. So it's a little bit better to get Mirex instead of Sokenzan, even though we get 1 creature. and not 2. Do I want to cycle my cards? I have 3 steps ahead, I think 1 more, right? I have Memory Deluge, but it's very slow. I think we do it. I think we do. It's too slow. Like, the game is super action-packed right now. I'm not sure if you've noticed, alright, what it is. I need more mana. Like, I always need more mana. That was a little bit weird on my part, right? I forgot about Fires of Victory. But I can still kill this, but then I cannot kill this guy. Alright, they mill cards, so the founding doesn't do anything. Sorry, my friend. This is probably one of the last 2 or 3 turns of this game. We need to make it right. I kinda wish I didn't play this. That makes so much problems for me. I guess we just go for this attack. It won't be the huge one, but the point is that we can do so much at the end step. I don't need... Like, I like my cards. We can use 10 mana on the Fires of Victory. He can mill some cards on me, and that's why I need last Negate for the last Jace. Oh, of course, that was the last 3 steps ahead. Man, the mills are painful. He's hitting extremely well. I still have 1 Jace in this one. Alright, that kills his own board. See, I didn't need to use removal on this. Prankster, sure. This is a... I mean, I think we're getting there. Right, because we have... The chapter 3 will be a bit of a problem, because he can cast something again. But we have ways. Like, we have so much stuff going on for us. So I think we need to go with this. We need to recreate the board. Even they can Path of Peril on the next turn. I could kill this with 1 Fires of Victory. And honestly, I really think this is the play. I need to pressure this because this can trade against the tokens. We decline respectfully. And I probably don't play lands. Even though I need so much mana, like, we need to get this even more. I could go for Sokenzan. Okay, so this is 4 damage, 5, 6 damage. It's not lethal. So we do it on the next turn. I could activate the Spire, which is nice, but I have actually quite a lot of value here. And don't forget we are creating stuff. If they go for Path of Peril, we decline. I mean, I could draw a card, because, like, if there's a Jace, I already lost, so I need to keep this Negate. He knows about it. He wants to draw some cards. Pretty smart, honestly. But it's only 2 cards. It's a lot. Like, he doubles his value in the hand, but he needs to draw cards that matter. They know that the Mindbreaker doesn't do anything, and they're under siege of double Mirex every single turn. Oh man, this is so close. I think I misplayed slightly by playing the land, and... Alright, here they come. They know that we can kill it, which is a little bit scary. But they are so tough. I think we won, man. I honestly think we won. What the hell is... Okay, I'm manually tapping, man. That was some really bad tapping power, you know? No pain lands, please. Let's go for the lands that produce 1. This is the tap, right? I mean, it's not perfect, but it's close enough. We need to go for this because we need to draw a card here. Otherwise, we don't deal 4. Bro, how nice! Like, you have seen this card since 5 turns, bro. What's up? And I think with this he lost, because we can kill him on the next turn, and we have Negate still. Sure. Sure. I think we can go around it and deal enough damage. Well, I guess the Spire will get blocked, so 2 damage will get blocked, right? Here's the win con. Here's the win con. It's getting scary, man. We definitely need to maximize the amount of creatures. I will take the card, because we know like, you know, perfect. This is exactly what I wanted. And we play so much removal that it was kinda given that we should get it. And this is how you outplay a long control game. And you know what? We're putting it at the bottom. Here's the third Mirex. Now we go. Okay, let's make the manual attack. Mirex has Summoning Sickness, so it means on this turn, because this is basically the last turn, we don't need it. We need some good tapping. And this is how you go for lethal, and we still have a negate. Good game, my friend. Oh, waiting for the server prevented a good game. If you are watching it, that was a really good game. The client is doing the client things. Alright guys, so because we are on the play, this is actually a keepable hand. On the draw, I think, man, this is such a loss against mono red. And let's sit. It won't be easy. Like, it's also a slow hand on the play. Man, we run so much removal. See? It's mountain. It's always a mountain. And that's the problem, because you cannot counter the 2-drop. You need to kill it. I need to make a stop. So I think we will lose. Like, I am not sure if we can beat being so bad at the game that we didn't draw a 2-drop. And that's what mono red is doing, right? It's the best deck to punish an opening draw that isn't good. Okay, they whiffed. That's huge. Okay, I think I won. Because if that's a lightning strike, they're already out of the game. And this is how close the game right now is. You know, guys, like, I actually lost the game on the last turn, but they didn't have a 2-drop, and that means I won. You can basically, if you have this kind of situation, all of the burn spells can be absolutely ignored. Because they provide 0 value. And they need to buff anything. Like, if they don't buff stuff, I don't care. Sure. Like, I'm drawing my cards. I think that's the last thing they will do, right? Do I have a land for the next turn. I could quick study. So they probably have a lot of burn. I mean, a lot of burn. We will Volcanic Spite probably on the next turn, we will see. It would be great to draw a... Sure. I always love this play. Like, the only reason to make this play is, well, I think he will hard counter my play with fire. See? They have a lot of burn. Because they are not buffing anything. And this is exactly what I wanted. And of course we are waiting for more threats. And that's the problem for him. If you only play burn, you don't have enough cards. Sure, go for it. You don't need to do it before attacking, but I appreciate you making my turn so much easier. Yep, it's a land that is a 2. I will highlight it because I will never block, man. Why would I sacrifice lands for this? So I want him to think that I will block. Because if he attacks, like, I'm not doing it, man. So if you can get a free trade like this, why not? They took the bait. Oh, I love it. Absolutely love it. I want to make sure that the board is clear, because we can ignore a lot of cards. Moment, I need to think. I need a land. I need double counter spells, absolutely for sure. Oh my god, there are so many good cards. Burn down the house is something... Do we really go for full control over the game? This is a win con. This is a win con. A very slow one, but a win con nevertheless. Now, we just decline, we don't need to do it. Our hand is really strong, man. Sure. Because at some point, you know what, let's go with the Mirex. We have enough cold mana. That's one of the cool parts about the Izzet. You can always get the mana you want, usually without any kind of pain. Which is a big deal. So they basically have 5 mana on this turn, so we kinda need to be prepared. Sure, go for it. We don't mind it, just simply because if they buff it, like, bro, you can already scoop. We could fire some victory, but they might have another 6 shot. Well, I guess they cannot play anything, but you know, like, we're so far ahead, I don't want to give them any chances. They lost 2 cards. Love it. Go, my champion. Aww, that's so cute. It gives them the scry, so it's some value, but I don't think we need to, you know, overdo it. Don't forget we have Mirex at the end step, so we will slowly force our Leafa, and we have lands every turn. I don't need more than this. So we want to go directly from 5 to 7, because 7 actually makes a difference for our plays. 6 mana doesn't really make any difference. Like, we can just go 3 and 2. If they do nothing, we just go Mirex, so we only have 1 or 2 mana, and if they don't play creatures, we don't have anything to do. So right now they could double Lightning Strike, but we don't care, because it's not lethal, and we can counter their next 2 top decks. Go for it. Go for it, my red champion. The number goes down. And when the number goes to minus or 0, he is mythic. At least closer to it. So, you know, the glory is there. Alright, so I don't need to burn out. Like, we can... okay, in this kind of situation, how you close the game? You count the cards. This is his 1 card. This is his next turn. In the best case, he cannot play anything for 2 turns. And that's enough. You know? If we can get to 10 mana, we can double burn down the house. I wonder what it could be. Let's go for the counter spell. I could double the token, but I might just counter and use this mana for Mirek, so no reason not to. So this is the goblin, right? And they can turn it for probably 1 mana. So that would draw them 3 cards. You know, 4 mana, draw 3 cards on top of a creature, seems pretty decent. But Mono Red always has some discards. This felt like a play of fire, right? Alright, let's go for this one. This will help a little bit. Yep, we don't pain ourselves. And on the next turn we can flip it. That means we kinda have infinite mana. That's actually really good, man. Listen, I'm going for it. Like, this is such a cool value. And look at our board. Just Mono Red cannot keep it up. We need to be a little bit careful because they're entering range when double Lightning Strike will win the game. So we need to counter it. And so 3 play with fires, double Lightning Strike. They have 3 burn spells in the whole deck basically. If we tap out now, there could be some problems. So I don't think we need to do it. We don't need to do it, especially with this kind of stuff. I could go like this for maximum damage. That will force them to use 1 of the burn spells on this, which is pretty good for us, honestly. But they probably won't anyway. I will be greedy, because even if they have the answer, it's still really good for us. Alright, and here we go, the moment you were waiting for. And you probably forgot about the card, but man, on this channel we use all of them. Here we go. Here you go. He untaps, right? Untap up to 4 creatures. I mean, I'll take it. I'll take it. Oh, okay, that's a good one. That's a good one. You know what? It's unfortunate. But it means they cannot kill other creature, they use the card, and that means we get, like, you know, more time, basically. And our board still grows every turn. Face down card, so they want to kinda do it again. I mean, drawing 3 cards is a little bit too much, so let's, you know, help them a little bit. I got scared I need to pay life on this one, but of course we don't. Here it comes. Our opponent is definitely doing stuff, and we are going with Mirex. We create even bigger board. Alright, I think this is the time, because we don't have counter spells, so we need to be a little bit aggressive here. Let's took the right mode, you know? Let's took the right one. It's a little bit unfortunate that they had exactly the answer, and it wasn't a burn spell. But it's fine, it's fine. We can kill 1 of the creatures, so I think we attack with everything but 1. Alright, I think this is the play. So it's 6-7. That means a very easy leaf farm the next turn. Yeah, let's go with it. Let's go. Don't forget we have 1 removal, so we actually don't need this blocker. But in case he draws 2 cards and 2 of them have haste. Is that play with fire? No, I think it's Frenzy. I think they have Frenzy because I don't remember him having priority before. I didn't pay attention, so it probably wasn't there, I would guess. And now he has it after the attackers were declared, because now Frenzy is 1 red mana. So I think this is his last card, which is good. That means he has nothing. Like, he cannot kill. Oh, is that the mono red roping part when they are mad that, you know, they net decked something and it didn't get them to Mythic? Well, that's such a sad story. Alright, so let's cut the video. Alright, guys, and we are back. And so he roped for 3 ropes, and now he clicked the button. Alright. Listen, maybe he got disconnected, alright? I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. because this, like, he didn't do anything for a while and then he started playing normally. So you know what? Let's give him this one time a pass. I cannot play the ward, so he will get 3 creatures, but I think he's dead. So he will have probably 1 mana. 1 mana. That was Monstrous Rage, by the way. Alright. I hope you enjoy your loss, my friend. So we will use Fires of Victory because we want all the mana open for Burn Down the House. And this is one of the cool powers of the deck. Like, you can actually go for such... Oh my god, it's even better. Oh, this was such a good draw. So 5, 8 damage. You know, listen, they think they're still in the game. That's so cute. I think Chandra Lethal is... No, they like red creatures. Sure, my friend. I heard you like red creatures with haste, so enjoy those. Enjoy those. And man, every single time, waiting for server. Alright, thank you. Still, you can barely see the win and the explosion. I hope it was as satisfying as the non-grey one, you know? Alright guys, so what about this Izzet? I honestly really like it, man. Izzet is absolutely non-existent, but man, this is a legit deck. Like, we did a lot. Invasion of Segovia, probably not super the most absolutely efficient way to play the deck. However, this is one of the big things about the deck, because you can use either Volcanic Spite, either Slickshot Sequence that targets everything, Chandra, which you can -4 and just instantly flip Segovia while killing also another creature with 4 toughness, or just burn down the house, you know? That means you instantly nearly flip it. So like you attack, it's at 1, if they kill any of the devils, you just pink it and you get it back. So there are actually so many ways to flip it. Don't forget, you have also the Spire, you have Mirexes, so you have plenty of ways to go around it. And I think this is really cool way to flip Segovia, because normally it's a kind, you know, a bit of a hard thing, but with those extra 2 blockers, it also means you can chump block for longer. So sometimes you might, if you are on the super defense, you just play it, you use those 2 tokens to survive longer and get to, you know, ill-timed explosion or burn down the house, basically, to sweep the board and win the game. And for the value matchups, like, they are kind of scared. I kept the Memory Deluge. I really wanted at least 1 big score, because it enables this cool place of, you know, doubling treasures, all the stuff. Like, if you are patient, you will get it to, if you really want to, but you still need mostly the value from Memory Deluge, because the moment you get the Convoke, you want to just keep going, and we can absolutely do it. One of the best things about the whole deck is Ill-Timed Explosion. It's a sweeper that is also a cardo, so it basically has extremely good use in every matchup, and that's a big deal. You know, when you go those Sunfalls, they look super great unless you play control, and suddenly they are, you know, maybe not fully useless, but very close to. And with Ill-Timed Explosion, it's just always a good card, and it's very good, you know, cost stat at 4 mana for a sweeper is a really good deal, especially when it draws cards. And don't forget, even if you know, use this effect of sweeping, you still cycle 2 cards, so it's not nothing. Very often it's the same as drawing 2 cards. Like, if you get flooded, drawing 2 non-lands is actually draw 2, basically. So yeah, the deck has so much going for it. And also, I didn't mention it for Volcanic Spite, because that was, like, you know, the side effect. But the card is, I love this card. Like, I'm so sad it doesn't see too much play, but I think we kinda made it work in this deck. But the point is, it's a removal that cycles you cards. It's insane, man. Imagine it has draw a card basically on it. And sure, you don't get card advantage, but early game on turn 2, it's so important to make sure that you hit your 3rd land, that you will draw 1 removal that kills another creature. Like, when you can cycle a bad card into, you know, it's still in the library, which is even better for Jace decks, right? Because it's not like you are getting rid of the card, you will just draw it, you know, very late. So this is amazing card that I hope that in future standard it will see more play. The only downside is that the damage is only 3, which is a good ratio, honestly. But of course, Fires of Victory is way stronger in if you want maximum damage. However, with Burn Down the House, Ill-Timed Explosion, Chandra, and Fires of Victory, we have ways to deal a lot of damage. So even something like Shrouded should be absolutely killable, especially if you go for the 5 mana version. Fires of Victory is an amazing card. It's a removal that draws you cards. You can see kind of the theme here, you know? Removal that draws cards, removal that draws cards, removal that draws cards, and the removal that draws cards. It's super cool. You know, I really enjoy Izzet. I think it's a little bit of forgotten control that has a lot of potential. and it's probably not better than Azorius, but it's legit. It seems that it can be performing and it can beat all the meta decks, and it's so much fun to play, especially with doubling spells. Like if you are a fan of, trigger, 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 this is the deck for you. Don't forget you can Chandra into Galvanic interaction. What's wrong with me? Iteration into burn down the house, and that will be a lot of tokens, and that's the fun part about the deck as well. And because we have so many MUXs, you can see that even if we meet a hard control deck, we can absolutely pressure them on so many fronts basically, and you have quite a lot of mana because you have good cycling, you have things like Big Score, Celestus and Chandra, so generally you should be okay. If you can flip, Invasion, it's just getting better and better because you can use creatures to counter spells, and then you can fully use all the mana on Mirex, or just getting more card advantage. So yeah, guys, I really hope you enjoyed this one. Like, I'm really excited that you can see this deck. I think it's pretty cool. So yeah, hope you had a lot of fun, and don't forget to subscribe if you aren't. Like, you are so close to this 15,000 that I think we can break it very, very soon. So thank you guys for all the support. You are absolutely amazing, and yeah, see you tomorrow.